So how I started was like how anybody that's ever successful, Disney, Harley Davidson, in the basement. I started just honing my craft. Actually, before that, I was in the medical field for like 18 years.
In the medical field?
Yep, straight out of high school.
Wow.
I was a CNA and then I was an MA, and I had a career, but nobody ever like pushed me to follow your passions. I think that's what's lacking. But I was doing that for years, and I was just telling myself, like, I'm just tired of working for people. I stopped doing that, and I was doing construction, and that made more money than that. I still help somebody. I save somebody's life every year just off of what I know. Like, I'd be somewhere, it'd be a car accident, I'd be in a restaurant or something, and I dive right in, I'll do my thing and hold it down until the paramedics come and give them the leeway, and like, they probably be like, man, who was that? Like, I'm off on some Batman. Like, damn, who was that? Like,
so did being in the medical field, was it always in you to have the aspirations to want to do something different, or was that kind of where you felt like potentially I like it where I'm at?
Okay, so how I got in the medical field, I went to Redford High School. I was doing good, ended up being a little knucklehead or whatever now, and I ended up going to Job Corps. So in going to Job Corps, I tapped into the medical field. I needed to choose a trade or a career. My mom, she was in the medical. She was a registered nurse for years. I remember her taking me to her work with her. Like, I remember having to sit in the room for like hours. Like, and I know when she went, she'd come back with some food and like, But I chose that field, thinking that males, we gonna be needed because there's so many like females predominant already. Like, they gonna need some males or whatever. They used to be saying like yeah, you always gonna have a future with this trade. So I chose it like randomly but passionately, and end up staying in it for years. I loved it, being able to like talk to elders and like being able to help people, and like I still got that right now. Like I could dive right in. I helped like prolong my sister and all of that before, like big deal. However, I ended up, the last time I got fired, I took that check and I invested in myself, and never looked back, bro. I make more money working for myself than anybody I've ever worked for.
Wow.
So
some people be like, man, I need to use this to bridge till I get to this next point.
Yes.
But you made a conscious decision to invest in yourself.
Yes.
Why? And I'm speaking to what a lot of people think. Why take that risk?
Because if you don't, you take an even bigger one. I could be still working for anybody, like, but being able to help other people put food in their plate, start their life, it's really gaining time. Yeah. I really didn't know fully what I was doing. I was like, man, I just tapped into my passion. I always and forever was able to draw. Like, I was like, I could put that on the back burner. That's already under my belt. Let me go choose this career. But like, nobody ever was like, go. Your passions, That's why they call them gifts, because your gifts are supposed to make you successful. Yeah. And I was always told, like, go to school, go to college, get a good education, get a career so you can get a good job, and the basic American system.
Yeah.
Did all that and still wasn't happy. I didn't find true happiness until I was able to do what my passion was. So
yeah. And shout out to all the vocational schools and the schools that actually taught people trades and other things to do. Man, that was so special when you had that opportunity to get exposed to professions early on, and it kind of helped you gauge which direction you want to go.
Yeah, but as a youth too.
Yeah, and for you, like, you making an investment in yourself, how confident were you in how it was going to pay off? 'Cause some people just try just a bunch of random things, but for the initial investment, first, which investment, when you say you invest in yourself, what was it in, and how confident were you in it was going to pay off?
I remember that last check being like 7-something. The person who I wanted to teach me how to do tattoos, he wanted like 5.
Okay.
So the rest of that went on supplies. Like, I had to find out which machine to use, and like, and that kind of like fizzled out because he was learning himself at the time too. I thought like, you might have more knowledge than me, and but I really learned myself, bro. I reached out to a lot of people, and what I didn't know that like it was like a sacred teaching. You know, everybody ain't just too willing to just give you the game on how to build in that trade. I didn't know that people was looking at me like a threat.
Oh man!
So a lot of people wouldn't teach me. I knew that I was.
You knew how to draw early.
I knew it was cold. I knew I was like cold on the pencil. I'm like if I could just show me how to like, nobody would teach me. So I spent a lot of years backpedaling, being self-taught, learning what I thought was sweet, being trash what I didn't think I liked, and then what I learned from people who like who I admire in the game, and like, you know, just bits and pieces here. Like now when I teach, I give them that craft plus the medical side, because it was like a smooth transition. Knowing basic anatomy, the depths of skin and the angles to hold a needle and all of the XYZ, like it's a lot of math to it behind it. It ain't just like you pick up a machine and you just like, you know, having that background and then that, like, it's amazing.
Yeah, and the thing is a lot of people go into something and there's people who walk into things and some of them have fear walking into it. Some of them have ultimate confidence. Which one do you think you felt initially, or did you feel a little bit of both?
I felt pressure just being a novice. Even though that I knew I was good, I just remained humble. I kept my head down in my craft, bro. And I just everything that I thought could help me or sharpen me, I did that. I didn't even look up. By the time I actually looked up, it felt like the whole city was rocking with me. People was coming. Like my son had a chance to, well, he named it, our company, like at 6. He's like 16 now. But he got a chance to see it go from me having to scribble on the same little things that the homeless people use for signs. Like they'll take your stuff out the grass and put I used to put like a little logo with my number, like and zip tie them to light poles and gates, and like he saw it go from that to flyers being made, to billboards, to people coming, money exchange, like to having to get a building and everything. So it was a cool like learning experience for him as well.
And before we go to this next question here, Prime, the name Prime, how did that come about?
Well, they used to call me Optimus because I started with Optimus tattoos. Okay. At that age, at 6, I guess we was on Transformers heavy. We like Transformers.
Oh yeah.
So, and I was like, should I name the Scorpion tattoos? I already had in mind, like to show him. I guess I kind of foresaw what it was about to be. I wanted to have some input so he could watch something grow. So I was like either Scorpion tattoos or like Optimus tattoos, and he was like, go with Optimus, like, you know, because Transformers. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Making the little logos and whatnot, and you know, and then it turned into Prime. I used Optimus for a long time. A lot of people know y'all by Optimus tattoos, you know, and then we merged and we started growing, and it just turned into Prime Inc. Studio. Yeah, check us out.
And so, your son was 6 when you started the business?
Yeah, yup.
And now, him being 16, he's only known his father to be a entrepreneur.
Yep, I call it fatherpreneur.
Yeah,
because like the sacrifice. So it's major leaps when you want to do entrepreneurship. You want to go about the right way. You want to come out crispy. You are worried about your quality, and that's like a major part of it. My concentration was my quality, and lo and behold, it turned into gold.
Yeah, but that's so amazing that a kid only knows their parent to be an entrepreneur. It's amazing to know that. It's a lot of entrepreneurs that they go in and out. To be honest, a lot of them will do that. They'll go in and out, back and forth, not sure what they want to do with it. And it's so valuable to a child's life that they get exposed to something different. And it's like they don't get accustomed to just a regular, like you were saying a little bit ago, is the typical American dream: go to work, grow up, go to school, go to college, get a good job, try to get a piece of property if you can, and live like that, and get some vacation time if you can. But it's the rat race. Yeah,
I mean, shout out to everybody working in 9 to 5. you know. But set a time for your passions as well. Like as you there building, I used to be talking shit at the work site too. Like I don't have to be here. I can do a tattoo and like make this a check, even though I wasn't there yet. Yeah. But you know, I was confident in that. You know, I had major hopes and beliefs. I'm like, that's my passion. Like so, it turned out to be what it is. Like it's nothing like that.
You know, a lot of stylists, barbers, tattoo artists. Yeah. A lot of people who provide services like that get itchy. They can't. It's so hard for them to work in the regular workforce. It just gets so hard for them. They're used to their own hours. Yeah. They're used to their own dynamic and how they work, and they're used to that kind of money. And it's so hard for them to go to a regular workplace. A lot of them, for the majority of them, it's extremely tough.
I did it all the way until I just couldn't. I remember working like what is this gonna pay? This is just enough for me to give this check to everything that's due, and then have me enough for gas. Like I remember me and my son eating noodles, and it was like the last pack, and he like threw the noodles up. I'm like, man, I'm looking at it like I could have ate that kind of, like, you know what I mean? Like I've been there. Man. It's straight grit and grind, bro. It's like to be here is a blessing. Now I'm opening up so many avenues. My girl come in, she opened up her business. Like my son, he got his on the side. He created my whole Google. Like he watch it. We do it like every Monday or every other Monday, like a briefing of what the numbers is doing. How many people call from Google XYZ? He like know how to. He real techie, so yeah, that's dope.
That's really dope, man. So early on, man, after making the investment, talk a little bit about the sacrifices you had to make, some of the adjustments you had to make.
One of my major sacrifices was time away from my family. Like I think every man gets into that point in a journey where I gotta do this. It's gonna take this away from this, but I'm really giving to that. I'm replenishing that. I remember leaving in the morning, kissing the kids, and like by the time I come home, they already in bed, waiting to go to school again. Like I will always catch them sleep. Like I'm wondering if they felt my kisses. And next day it's the same. It's the same for months, years, and then my girl, she kind of like, and hey, shout out to Rochelle too.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out
Prime Beauty Enhancement. She was like, you know, you got to cut out some time. Like you got to. She saw me just doing the rat race. It's like you chose to do this so you can like free up this. Like you got to make it fit. But I was so used to just robotics of gun ho. Like I gotta do this to provide. Like you cut out some time. Now the time is more valuable, bro. Yeah. I got what I needed from that point. Like my son has seen me with a couple racks in the shoebox. Like on my first time seeing 10 grand, like just like on some simple shit, like this is what it looked like. Then it went to 20 grand. It was like, man, where this boom coming from? It's like I need a safe. Now I need a business come. Now I need a XYZ, and like and we laugh about it now, but we call it Mr. Frugal, me, because I'm always trying to find like a way to I ain't gotta pay that. I can make that. Yeah. Like I can you know. My brain is a little bit different. You be looking like, oh, I gotta buy this. I'm like, oh, I can fix that, or I can.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I told my
dad off Chris Rock.
If I can't buy it, I'ma build it. Yeah. That's how the difference. A quality companion is gonna add a quality of life. A quality of companion is gonna always add a quality of life. And I'm so glad. You know, my old lady knows yours. Adding a quality companion so I can have a quality of life. And that's the thing is they got a perspective on your life that sometimes you don't pay attention to because we just go, and we don't understand a lot of times what we have to do. That sometimes the things that we think we have to do must be sacrificed for the things that we actually doing it for. Yeah. And we don't always see it a lot of times. As logical as we think, we don't always see that. You know, my sister told me one time, men think in black and white and women think in colors.
Yeah.
She told me that. And I was like,
pretty straightforward.
Thank you.
Straight black and white.
Yeah. But making those sacrifices and having the perspective from your significant other and your family and getting the support. Early on, a lot of people don't have all of the above. It develops.
It does.
And certain people are all hands on deck, and certain people just don't see the vision yet. which one do you think you experienced early on where you was first investing and first going at some of your goals? Was everybody just like, all right, all hands on deck, let's get behind you? No. Or was it kind of are you sure about this?
Nobody ever really cares until you blow up. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Like it's really, you see the big green head, the all-seeing eyes, like he can give you all the power, but it's really the guy behind the curtain working all of that shit. He working all of that. You know what I mean? I'm really that person, the dude behind the curtain. You might see all of that, but it's take a whole lot of effort, bro.
Yeah, it definitely is a lot. And it's one of the hardest things is seeing that vision, and you're so excited about it, and you're like, I'm trying to tell y'all this so we could do this, and they looking at you like, what is you talking about? And the thing about it is, when you come to fruition, and I was just talking about this in a recent video, it isn't that people are hating on you. It isn't even that people don't believe in you. Sometimes they just haven't seen it before. They just haven't seen it yet. I think about the first guy or person that may have showed somebody, hey, you ever seen this thing? I call it fire. Look. And it's like, what the
magic?
What? Or when they explaining this, how I'm gonna make this fire. And you do it in front of somebody, or any great invention that's ever been made. Somebody shows somebody, hey, this is what I'm gonna do. Some people may have told that person to be realistic. And for the people that weren't realistic, they created some of the greatest things our species has ever seen.
Yeah. And that's why we gotta like not stifle our children when they come with them crazy ideas. You gotta nurture them. It'd be like a pathway leading up to that. I remember when my own family like was hating. Like when I said I started in the basement, like on Wickham in my grandma's basement, like I stayed with my grandma in the basement like once upon a time. And like when I first started trying to hone my skills, I had just lost the gig. I'm like trying to like figure out my next level. Like my own family was hating, like aunties and cousins and shit. Like them little signs I would like post up like, hey, you know, come get a tattoo. They would like rip them bitches down and all of that shit, pulling them up out the ground like you shouldn't be doing it now.
Dang.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Now they see the vision. Like I used to be telling them, I was like, one day it's gonna be XYZ, and it's gonna be like, and lo and behold, it turned into gold. You know?
Ladies and gentlemen, people out there, I am sitting next to who I believe is the best artist in the city. Running tattoos. I'm telling y'all, definitely go check him out. This is amazing how you brought this together and how you continued it. But there's points where sometimes doubt can creep in a little bit.
Yeah.
Where you have to exercise your belief. You have to put in the work. So for me, when I feel a little bit of doubt on something, I always tell myself, I just gotta outwork the problem. This don't got a brain, I do.
That's
I mean, work through it. Or when I feel like it's not working right now, it just hasn't worked yet. I just gotta keep putting in the work. Gotta keep putting in the work. But some people, they pivot and do other things. They either go get more information, or they take a hiatus, or they go get up under somebody who can kind of help them. What was some of the things that you had to do whenever that little bit of doubt creeped in on you?
Well, the doubt I handle now is different from how I handled it then. I was a bit different person then because I didn't know what I was doing exactly. I kind of like faked it till you make it kind of thing. Like, you know, I always tell myself, I'm like, I know I'm a great artist. I'm gonna just like keep on going. Lines got crispier, color got doper, more clientele, the volume, how I handled everything, like business wise, coming from dealing with customer service, people and they families and parents and all of that. It's different from how I handle it now. Now, I guess because I've been on this always seeking higher self kind of thing, like that kind of stuff diminish. Like fear is almost an illusion. If you're scared of something, it's probably because you've never done it before. But if you've done it before, you like, okay, I just need to let me get my mind right. Let me grasp this. Like whatever trouble that come to you, it's like, okay, now I'm thinking like, this is here to make me better. This is here to make me sharper. I don't care what kind of calamity or chaos you might experience in your life. That's where they get, if it don't kill you and make you stronger, it absolutely does. If you think about everything that you ever had to go through that was like totally negative, like you extracted a lesson or a gem. You was able to pull something from it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. Like, if you still got breath in your lungs, it ain't over.
Yeah.
So I keep pushing a totally different way. I didn't have a whole lot of supporters.
Yeah.
You know, I was straight off of belief, and more so, it was my passion. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't care about, like, I worked every job just like drawing on the back of folders, the papers, the pamphlets, the form, just like doodling. I used to do that shit to keep myself up in lectures and shit. I used to, like, even in school, let's take it all the way back. Even when I was in school, I'd get done with the work or be daydreaming, drawing on the back of the, even before that, I remember we was like little, we had this little desk in our basement. Like, I used to draw on the desk and then have my friends sitting at the other end, like, and we used to fake giving tattoos with the marker.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And now, today, like, that's what I'm doing for a living.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in that. I would say something to myself is the possibilities that I wanted in my life were only distant because of my own perspective. They were only distant because of my own perspective. And like you were just saying, with the attitude and mindset that you had, it changed the direction. That no matter the circumstances you were in, because I'm a big believer in consistency changes the circumstances as well. So I'm thinking about it. My distance from my possibilities are always separated by my current perspective. So if my perspective is that way, then that's how I'm going to continue to be. But you just kept choosing a different perspective, even despite the shortcomings, different things that maybe you didn't know yet or you weren't developed in yet.
Yeah.
You kept choosing the better perspective.
Yeah.
Was somebody that instilled that in you? Or was it something that was developed kind of through different people?
Something I learned. I didn't want to be broke. I was already like, well, my parents did their best for sure. Like, we for sure grew up like not having everything, but having everything. Meaning that, like, we didn't know we was broke as kids. Like, we didn't know we was poor. We had family, and that's all we knew. We didn't care. Like, we ate. We didn't really remember what we ate. We ate and we had love. You know, more so of everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, being there, being lacking on your bills and having to have those experiences, you make a decision consciously, like, I'm never going to have to go. I don't want to have to go through this shit again if I don't have to. You know what I mean? I'm going to do X, Y, Z to make sure that this don't, you know, and you having kids, you got a family, you got a girl, somebody, people following you, you know what I mean? You kind of more responsible. And then once you get up in age, you got other people looking at you and like, is this the way? Like, you know, you got to pass torches and get in the game and, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus when I couldn't even get the game. Like, now I freely, because I want to see people succeed. Seeing somebody else, like, take something that I taught them and then give it back all shiny and polished, like, look what I did with it. That's more amazing than money. Like, they can never forget that. You put them on their feet, they can never forget that.
Yeah, it's absolutely, and that's so amazing, man. And you know, speaking of one of the things I was thinking about when you were just talking there was when we was all just broke, we didn't really realize how we was broke. But for me, when I got a little older, I used to be getting irritated at some people. There's no shot or no shade at nobody for real, but I used to seeing people who rap like we came from nothing. And I'd be looking at them like, yo, you had all the Jordans in school.
Right. Your parents
you had
was
all
like,
the good
like,
Jabos. Like, all your guest outfits was fresh.
And people
like,
had it. You got dropped off in nice cars. You know what I mean? Like, we caught the bus.
We came from nothing. Y'all, we was sharing clothes. Y'all had the new Jabos.
Man.
Yeah, and I see now come in. Oh, you got the red stitching in your guest.
In high school,
like,
you was the
know
man, homie.
Like, dog. But I started seeing people like that. But then I would see people like that really came from some hard circumstances and what they created from it. And it's like, man, you know, we got some real gems. We got some real thoroughbreds in the hood that are some of the best people making anything in the world. We got the dopest culture. And I'm just so appreciative of that. Yeah. And so you get into that point where your business is growing.
Yes.
People are being receptive to it.
Yep.
People are starting to see the vision even more. They like, hold on. And they see you getting hot. They're going to be next to us warm. They like, yo, we see you. But now you get into a place where, hey, I'm a brand. I'm a real brand.
Absolutely.
What was that like when you became a brand, a staple? Like, well, that's after us right there, man.
We 5 stars for a reason.
Yes, sir.
Do your homework. I hate the boast, honestly. When people get there, I like when they did their homework and like they see the reviews and all of that. What was the question? You say getting like from
when you got to that point where people now they your brand is established.
Yeah.
And they know it.
Yeah. So, like I said, the concentration was quality. You can go to Ray Ray's Kitchen Magicians. You know I remember them days. I don't knock them at all. I don't even dispute my prices on nothing. You can get but I kind of like, and I don't be gouging either. Like I make it fit for my quality and my time. I don't be trying to gouge. I got the best prices and the best quality to match, and it shows. Like,
yes, you do.
When I figured it out, like I guess one day I was sitting up in bed and I'm looking at my figures or whatever, bank accounts and XYZs, and I looked over at my girl. I was like, babe, I'm 6 figures. We sit up in bed. She like, I already knew that. Like, but she helped with the end. Like, if you do XYZ and and she was like, she worked for, I don't want to say the company, but for 10 years, like doing management, like international and everything, and like she just added that craft to mine and ended up was like, hold on, let me switch my balance. Let me tap in. And now we both entrepreneurs and we building.
Yes,
it's different from like when you got somebody to help you and nurturing your dreams when you didn't have that, when you just always taking care of everything. Like, it's no step in my family up under my roof. Like, my wing covers all. Like, we move as a unit. I call it tribe because everybody moves toward the same goal.
That's amazing, man. And I can tell you, I'm gonna show y'all some of my work here. I'm getting in shape a little bit more. And I'm gonna show off some of this work he done did on me and some of the stuff that's coming up. Yeah. But y'all see me on the boat and I'll be showing off some of that work.
Get a little bit more in
shape. I gotta
the boat intrigued me. Like I came to the door and I had to stop and just marvel like that's
man.
Next. Like,
Yeah, before we get out of here, I'm gonna show you, bring you on it real quick and show you
Yes, sir.
But the thing is, man, you get to that place now. The brand is established. Now the business is not only just pull up on me somewhere wherever I'm at. Now we got a building.
Yeah.
Where me and my lady we together. We're in business together. We got the building. We kick off. Y'all know. Excuse me. Was that your first building together?
That's our first building, and we trying to monopolize. We like, okay, we built this baby.
Yeah.
We could have somebody run this, get it fully staffed, and we could do another one. Those 2 go add into another one, and then those 3 can add into another one until you just empire.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, y'all have to go check this out. The address?
The address, we on Grand River and 7 Mile. You could Google Prime Ink Studio. You could Google Prime Beauty Enhancements. You could Google Prime Tattoo and Beauty. We 5 stars all around the board. Check out the quality. Go look at the reviews. I wish I had some. We could send you the links and all of that. Basically, just tap in. Like, I just looked up and like the community, they embraced us.
Yes.
They stopped through. They remember when it was ground zero, nothing else, and then they come check it out. Like, I always wanted to stop in here, but I ain't have a reason. Now I'm about to get like my son, daughter pierced, like everybody family. Like, it's a beautiful thing. I don't think people come to us by chance.
Yeah.
They might be getting a tattoo and thinking they about to get some dope artwork, but it turned into a whole session. I done seen people burst out into tears of joy and sadness or what but I'm in tune though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in tune to why we doing this
portraits
tattoo.
of certain people.
Yeah, the portraits. Yeah. I'm into the meanings.
Yeah, all that.
I love that.
I want to tell you something that I felt like separated y'all. I want to let y'all know, for those of you that are gonna go there. This is one of the most professional establishments. there's a lot of people, we come from the hood, and all due respect, people a lot of times will want you to support them.
Mm-hmm.
Say, y'all gonna pay this price for that, and why don't you support your people? Let me tell y'all something. One of the worst things that separate us from being a huge individual companies is our professionalism and customer service.
Absolutely.
Y'all have dope products, dope services. People will have this across the board, but you lack in customer service. You lack in presentation. When I walked in there, even though they knew me, the young lady in there made sure she came and talked to me, gave me the paperwork I needed to fill out, was professional through and through, and came in, even though you knew me, you were still professional through and through. Does not matter. Professional establishment. So, man, big kudos to y'all, man. Much respect because y'all running a professional environment. Absolutely. As well as a very talented group you have there, because the thing is I always look for that, having good professionalism, having good customer service through and through. And even though having a rapport with me already, you kept it professional.
Absolutely.
And that's amazing, man. And I thank you for that, because there's not too many establishments that have that kickoff, and then, you know, some people got to work out the kinks. Like, they mess up a lot.
We got it, and we do have to do that, especially as a people. You know, we want to come out the gate and be this big, but really, you know, you gotta take the steps. Take the steps. Don't ever forget the professionalism.
Yeah.
You know, people want to pay you. They just really want a reason to pay you.
I have so many people that tell me, I'll talk with them about their business, and they'll say, you know, I just don't like people, do we? What? You're in a customer-based business and you don't like people. You know, people are gonna find that out eventually, right? They're gonna feel it. They're gonna feel that energy you giving off. They're like, well, when it comes to customers, the ones that know me. What about the ones that don't know you? What about the ones that aren't accustomed to dealing with you, and then they have to deal with whatever energy you're giving them?
Yeah.
The people that say they don't like people, hey, listen, you don't have to. There's all type of truck driving jobs. There's cubicles that you could be in where you're away from people. If y'all gonna do customer-based business, you can taint your actual market because of your professionalism. A lot of y'all out there who only make a couple $100 a week are separating yourself from making thousands a week, and potentially some of y'all being six figures and millionaires within the next year because of your professionalism and customer service values.
Yeah.
Understand that a lot of y'all are so talented, so talented, and have amazing products, but you separate yourself because of your customer service and your professionalism.
That part. Like honestly, I care more about my craft than the money. I care more about my craft, my time, the way I'm about to kick it in. Like, I'm different as an artist. I'm an artist all the way around. So even my intuition, like trying to engage what your concept is, I'm gonna make myself in tune with it. So it's my tattoo too. Like you leaving with the work, but this art tattoo. Like I be feeling like I'm giving out like puppies or something, like you know what I mean, like okay, here go your new home, like I take my time, like you know,
man. Because you definitely turned one of mine in amazing work out. I was like, yo,
yes sir,
man, it's amazing. But I can't wait to show y'all that. Like I said, I got to get a little bit more in shape. I got you. But you know, one of the things now you in business. Now you have the establishment you have, and now things are about to come to fruition where now, did you see yourself here years ago? Did you see this, what you have now?
I didn't. First off, like, I guess my concentration was feed my family as any man. You know, I'm a man first. I'm doing what I gotta do to provide for my family, to be established, to be the things that I see in the back of my mind. And I just so happen to follow my passion. With doing that, it's an even grander expectation. Because I don't just give people tattoos. I feel like I give away artwork because it's a whole thing that come with it. It ain't just like, you know, you come get your tattoo. It's a whole feel, the experience. The whole place is the vibe. You cannot, and I repeat, you cannot just come in my establishment with some negative energy and think you got to just throw some money around. We don't care about that. Like I said, the concentration is quality. Yeah. And just like me, like we care about the craft more than you about to get a whole experience. people leave and we become family. Like you come in as on some random, and then we get invited to the barbecues, and their families come here, and their kids come, and like we get invited to events and like partake in like supporting community stuff and like running to different people doing different kind of things in life and like and able to have our own resources, like a small network actually. It's dope. Just it's the experience of it all. You're not just coming to here to like get some Mickey D's and like, nah, we actually gonna cook. Like what you like, you like a little spice, or you like the cage, you want I got some fire, like you want to try that, or like it's like man, it's a beautiful thing.
So sometimes getting into business and now you're the entrepreneur and you're established, certain people will see the vision and they want to be a part of it. Now you get into the part where not just I have my own business, but I'm also a boss.
Yeah.
And having to take on other people, and even in a business like yourself, where you have independent contractors within your establishment.
Yeah.
But you're still the umbrella of the independent contractor.
Overseeing.
And what is that like when you have to be the umbrella, have to kind of oversee and kind of try to help some people that you got to kind of hone in their craft a little bit for them, and their professionalism, maybe not much as their craft, but their professionalism or the way they handle your business under your umbrella.
Everybody that comes to us grows. I don't care if you was a novice or you was a 10-year veteran. Everybody that's ever been under our establishment or came through extract something. Like I say, you grow. What separates us from different tattoo shops, or I ain't trying to down or up nobody, it's just like from us, what I know is the people talking. I can't make this up. You could go Google right now, Prime Tattoo and Beauty, and just look at the people talking. I can't make this up. Everybody say the same thing. That's why I say we 5 stars for a reason. And I hate to boast, even though I got the right to be like, well, we here. It is an upper echelon kind of thing. You come here for the experience. I don't care if it's the music playing. You see the people vibing. Yeah. Like you might come in one day, you might see we might be jugging down the aisle just on some whole vibe. Matter of fact, when you came, it was like that. Like we just,
Because you also a DJ.
I am also a DJ. I wear many hats.
Yes, sir.
And I go by DJ Optimus.
Yes,
and
sir.
I do not play.
Yeah.
I come with the turntables. I still mix, scratch, blend, all that. 415-inch woofers, fog machines, lasers, and I will battle anybody. I do not play. Like
so I'm not just an aux
working on the mix.
DJ?
I am. Oh nah, man. Like I say, the art of it. Like even before it became to that, I was just like mixing and scratching. Like my mom's old Bar Marley radios, records and whatever, the vinyls, like scratching them up, fucking them up, like all of that, like. And it turned into a thing though. It's a different kind of sound. I can mix 2 different songs to the same BPM. I can mix 4 different songs to the same BPM. So you can be listening to like 4 different songs. I might throw some new school with some old school and throw some reggae in there and then have something to I mean, like it's a whole formula. I can't give you all the keys, but if you come to any one of my events, I'm telling you, you'll see like I get down.
I'm definitely be at one of your events on August 7th.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, sir.
Man, so
matter of fact, we might as well do a whole thing about that, like
yeah, man, I'm telling you, I can't wait. It's definitely I'm telling you, one of the things, man, wearing that many hats, I know it seemed like you enjoy it. You enjoy it, like it's not work to you. It's not. It's like leisure. The thing that makes you money is leisure.
It is. And you really just tapping into your crafts and finding a way to capitalize on the things you love. That's gonna prolong your life because you're not really working. You doing something that you really actually care about. You flowing in your flow, your all, your gift. And when you flowing in your gift, you feel like an instrument. You feel like you're being used. And this is just like the light coming down and then it's projecting, and then people they look at it like you don't really gotta say nothing. They like, why is you glowing? Like, what is it about this person?
Man,
like, that amazing. Part once you find that part about life, everything, it's like the whole universe just aligns with you. It's deeper than the kiddie pool. Right? That's a whole nother segment, bro.
Absolutely, man. So, man, before we get out of here, is there anything we should anticipate or looking forward to coming from?
Yes, definitely. So, we throwing an event. I don't have a name for it. It's a schoolcraft reunion, and it hasn't been done, 100 years, and everybody, all that, But basically, the big wigs, and I'm proud to be able to be part of that because the people that I looked up to, like, they incorporating me like I'm next up, or like, having input, feeling like, like a mirror almost. Like, okay, we, like I said, we got to pass these torches, and we just want to give back to the kids in the community. Mm-hmm. Once you get up there, you supposed to give back. Like, you're not really a boss unless you feed. A boss feed. Like, once you get up under there and you can put food on your table and provide for your family and be well off, that's a whole different kind of establishment. That's like, you a partner, you a brother, you a family. Now your family is our family, and we protect that. It ain't just not this person. It's like trees branch off. Now this person like doing X, Y, Z, and but we all come back to the table. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, I really appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man. Appreciate all that you do, and how you help develop yourself, your family, how you help develop other people. It can't be taken for granted, man. I look forward to you doing amazing things.
Thank you, brother.
And man,
thank you. I really appreciate it.
It's always good to have some of your rich friends come through on the show.
It makes a difference. The conversations are different.
Absolutely, man. I really appreciate the time. For those of you out there that definitely want to go check it out, like he says, 7 Mile and Grand River, definitely go check them out. Go catch a vibe, man, and definitely
Google Prime Tattoo and Beauty and see what wonders pop up.
Yeah,
you might find a rabbit hole, a link that'll take you to a promotion or a discount or a validation elsewhere. You might could get like we always doing prizes and gifts and like giveaways. Like, it's just dope. I haven't seen it been done before, so I mean, just check it out.
Yeah,
click on one of them links, see what you find.
Definitely.
And also, while we at it, let me just shout out some other entrepreneurs. What I got on, like,
definitely.
Shout out Triway for the shirt. It go with my kicks. Yeah. Shout out to Triway. Oh, my kicks. Hold on, let me tell you. And this is another homeboy entrepreneur of mine. He customized kicks. Not only is this changed colors. Like, when I came out in the morning, it was red. It's temperature sensitive, so I could probably let me see if I can. It's gonna turn yellow. It's already yellow, but you'll have to see. Anyway, I bought the shirt to match the shoe. Shout out to David Hill at Resoles. We help him, discover the business and side of things, and it's one of our peoples, and we get a game, bro. We just want to see each other grow, and thank you for having us, man.
Appreciate
Cigar Room.
Yeah. Shout out to Stock the Bar Vodka, Black owned vodka. I am one of the official brand ambassadors for Stock the Bar Vodka. So appreciate y'all and all that y'all do. Stock the Bar Vodka, and they give back. They just gave $3,000 to the Boys and Girls Clubs.
Oh yeah.
Of Benton Harbor, Kalamazoo, and Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
So